You are unconditionally supported by the universe, the divine, the all that is. You are supported at all times, safe at all times. And your very existence is a proof of that. But when you hear these words that you are supported, a lot of the times the ego will try to resist it. The ego will say, well, then why do I still have these financial problems or relationships problems? Why are those problems happening to me? Why do I feel stuck in this situation if I am always held and supported by the divine? But the thing is that the divine wants to support you, but we can't be supported unless we allow ourselves to be supported by life, by God, by the universe. And you'll see that most of the times, whenever we are resisting and we are arguing with life and saying that we are not supported by life, most of the time that is because we don't trust life. We think that we have to do it all alone, that we have to do it all our own, and everything is our responsibility, and we're trying to fight against life, push against life, and having it's such a hard time trying to move through things that feel so hard. And that, because it's my love, is that we believe that we are alone. We are doing it all our own. And because we are not giving it to life, we are not surrendering to something that is greater. We are saying that I have to do it all. I am the one who is in control. I have to control everything by myself. And when we are in that state, it's like a hell state, a state of constantly needing to figure out the way on how to do things, constantly having to carry that baggage of your relationships, how they would turn out, or your finances, your career. That is because we don't trust something that is bigger, way bigger than us. We don't trust the one who is giving light to the sun for us, free at all times. We don't trust the one who is moving the water in the rivers, who is feeding the birds, the trees with life force, the animals. We don't trust that. Nature is always supported by life. Nature doesn't have to be like, I have to do it all alone. There is no such thing in reality in nature that is trying to do things alone and on their own. They are supported by life, like right now, having sunlight. And imagine how cool it is that we get to have this for free and also breathe the air for free. And to listen to sounds of nature. We are all interconnected. We are never alone. But whenever we feel unsupported by life, that is because of our inner reality. In our own inner world, it feels like you are alone. You are the one who has to fight against it all, fighting against what you fear about. But my love, the one who is actually very alone, feeling alone and has to do it all our own, it's the little child. It's our little child trying to battle against life, thinking that unless we work super hard or try to plan the whole 10 steps ahead, then we won't be safe. Deep down, it's a little child that feels unsafe, feelings unheld, and feeling unloved. And what's way more powerful than this little child is the awareness of all that is. The all that is way more powerful. And of course, there are times when turbulences do happen, challenges do arise, and times when we feel like we're not supported. Like maybe we get fired from a job very unexpectedly, or maybe a client broke a contract, or things do happen. But still, the truth is that we are still provided by life, supported by life, even if these external things do happen. Because when these two things happen, we are guided and redirected into something that is greater, something that we truly desire for ourselves. But the mind doesn't see it. The mind sees a very limited view of reality and is trying to force against life and trying to figure out our way. And it lives in the reality that you are the one all on your own, and that reality, anything could happen, anything could break, anything could happen at any moment. It's not unsafe. And my love, that is the only things that things feel like they go out of our way is because the divine is actually leading you so that you can experience the divine. Because if we are thinking that, oh, if the divine is really supporting me, then why doesn't the divine pay me this check on my mail, like right now, right? If we are demanding that, the divine wouldn't want to do it, because it means that we are feeding on to this fear energy. And the divine doesn't want you to live in fear. The divine doesn't want you to live in a state of constant worry, constant stress. Because if we are trying to test the divine, okay, let's see if the divine actually supports me, it has to do it. Like, right? That is still coming from the ego trying to control. The mind is still trying to control. And when the mind is still trying to control, the divine can't move through us. It can't work through us. Because we're trying to control. It's like this little, imagine a little child trying to drive a car, and it can't even see what's on the rear view. It can't see what's on the greater view. It's still very short. It's so afraid, and it can only see what's very tiny, right, like right up ahead. But the divine is the one who sees the greater view. It sees not only what is happening right now, but all of eternity, your entire timeline, your entire future. It sees what is it that you want the most, not only right now, but in your whole entire future. And like for me, I see this in my life when in the past, my ego was trying to control. My ego was like, okay, I need to get to the 5-figure months as fast as possible in my business, right? I was trying to control. It was coming from the mind that sees only a limited lens of what could happen. But as a result of my ego trying to control, I ended up doing marketing strategies that were not true to me. Didn't feel right. It didn't feel ethical. It didn't feel safe in my body. And I saw that even when things don't work out, it's only because when I felt so overwhelmed, when I felt so empty, and when I felt lost in my business, I saw that it was because the divine know what is actually way better for me over the long run. It actually sees how I actually want to do things. The divine sees what is it that I truly, truly, deeply desire in life. Like back in this day, I didn't know. I didn't know that right now, later on, I would so want to be close to nature. I want to spend my days most in nature. I want to commune with the divine. Back then, I didn't know it. All I knew was this very little tiny aspect of what life could give me, I thought that money was the support. Yes, the divine will support you through things like money. That is one of the outlets, but the divine wants to support you through multiple ways, such as having time freedom, having support, your relationship freedom. The divine knows the full spectrum of it. And back to my example, I saw that only when I trusted the divine and what it wants to actually give me, now I see that when things don't work out, it's actually because it was guiding me, showing me a new way, a new idea, a new way of doing things. It was coming through me. And my love, that is all that is we are here to do is receive. You don't have to be trying to do things. And if you are trying to do things and things are not working out, that is because things are actually very heavy for the little doer. Things are very heavy to this little child inside of us, for our little minds. But the divine is way bigger, way more powerful than us, and it wants to work through us, move through us. But for that, we need to trust the divine first. And of course, to trust the divine, it all comes down to like healing our sense of trust. Our common example of the divine, the first ever human example of the divine was through our parents. If we never could trust our parents, it will also be hard for you to trust life, trust the divine. And so we can start from there, from healing, experiencing a sense of trust with life. And when you can trust, then you can be at peace. You can be in a state of calm. And when you are in a state of calm and peace, then that is where you receive. Instead of you trying to push through things, then you can see the bigger picture. The divine will communicate to you moment to moment. Will show you little signs here and there, show you that you're on the right step. And my love, that is the true state of who you are, is that you are always held, supported, and provided by the divine. And not to experience that is because we are trying to force against life, force against what is, and living out of harmony with our true nature. Much love to you.